Stick around so you can see how I build this base extension and this really cool Tinker Smeltery behind me. Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Tinker77 and we're back on the Seaopolis world. And we are running out of space. Look at this, it's all cramped here. There's just so much stuff going on. We need to change that, and that's what the focus for this episode is going to be. I have been off camera cooking up a lot of glass. You can see I've got a lot of that already over there. And of course we have a bunch of different sand, red sand and other things. We also have a lot of blocks of smooth stone and other resources. I've been cooking up, I've been growing some of these oak saplings. So we have a lot of wood, a lot of leaves. So the time I think is now to create, well, more room. We need a lot more room. So I'm going to go off camera here for a little bit. I'm going to build probably off of this side right here where I have the dirt production and build the next section of the base over there. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you some neat things we're going to do with that section. I'm looking forward to this. I used the Chisel Station that's right here, and what I did is I created these large oak planks. Basically, you go in here and you put the block type that you want, like if I put stone, and then you can select through this preview window what you want, and you hit chisel, and it would make those, okay? I'm going to take this back out. But I used that to create some other types of textures. And so, do you want to see what we did? Okay, let's go look, okay? So I have this area right here. I used the caution block for the area, I'm going into here. And I tried to make another room that was glass-ish, but I wanted to go down a little bit because this does go down here. You can see we have like a little bit of access. I wanted to have a room that had a little bit more access for me. So if I make larger builds and things, I can also have it. So here's where it is right here. It goes down a little bit and it's just got a very open feel to it. And we can actually can see around what's going on. It's kind of cool. And this is a nice space for us. But we're not done yet. We're not done at all. I think what I want to do right now is I'm going to fill this up entirely with sand, and then I'll show you why in just a second. The room is all filled up with sand now, and that's because we're going to spend some of our money. Let me go get the money. I just completely forgot to do that when I started this clip. There we go. We're going to get some money here, and we're going to spend it on some things that were going to help us out with building our base. We'll go over to useful items here. And there's this thing right here, which is building expansion. It takes 25 C-bucks, and it gives you these 3 things, okay? So let's get that right now. Let's submit. And now we have all of those, and those are really nice. Now, what these things do, in essence, is allow you to make a copy of what you have, tells you what building materials you need to have in your inventory, and then we'll build it for you. Because let me tell you, working in the water is a pain. It is very much a pain, especially the sponging part, which is why I filled this in with sand, figuring that if I have enough sand, why not have it put that there and we can easily get that sand out with a vein mine. So what we want to do here is we want to have a charging station. I'm just going to put this down someplace where it's kind of out of the way. And this is a charging station that with you give it fuel will generate power. So let's grab some fuel. Where are all of my coal? Did I get rid of all my coal? Maybe I did. Maybe it's in here. There's some coal. I also have some charcoal in there. But we'll do this, and you can see it's going through that pretty quick, but it is bringing up some power here. And what then you can do is you put this in here, and of course it will just suck all that power out. We want to make sure this thing gets filled up, though, so I'm definitely going to put in some charcoal. I want this thing to be fully powered. The device is fully charged. I've changed some configuration settings so that I can get to the tools. I'm going to press what I have bound is the letter G, and I have to hold it down. If I release it, the interface goes away. But basically, this has an interface of what this tool is doing. It has a copy mode and paste. Those are the big ones. We're going to do the copy, and we'll eventually use paste. There is a rotate. There is a mirror. There's anchoring. There is undo, of course. Open the GUI and open a materials list. So if you look at open the GUI, we can change some coordinates, okay? So this is pretty cool. We want to basically get the modes. Now see it's back in paste mode. I want it in copy mode. So we have to go outside and kind of define the region for this building. And I'm a little bit worried here. So we're going to try this right now. I'm going to first take a potion of water breathing. Okay, and we're going to go out. Now I've set up 2 coordinates for the base here that show... Did I come out the wrong side? I did, of course. Let's start swimming a little faster. I just picked up some fish. I have 2 little squares here. You see this right here, which is 1 coordinate. I'm going to right-click on that, and that's the first position. And then we're going to swim around to the opposite corner, the complete opposite, so it defines a 3D space. And I've put that block right there. So if I hit that, so how do you set the second position? Area copy. That's not good. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Stay away from me. Golly, you hit hard. Okay, well, oh, you got some emeralds and some gold. That's pretty nice. Let's, can we eat here? Eating underwater is kind of nice. I have to figure out how to get this set. Okay, so let's see here. Ooh, you're really close to me. Skeleton pirate looter person. Thank you. Okay, so if we do this and you right-click on it, area copy. That's not what I want to do. Can we reset this? Not sure. Let me go back inside. I'm a little scared here. I don't want to die while I'm out here. So let's go back to where it's safe. And let's see if I can figure out this thing from inside here. Might be better if I do that right here. Okay, let me eat another apple too. Like if I wanted to copy some blocks here. Let's see here. Let's go in here. I'm going to use the menu again. Can we reset it? Not sure. If I do that, area copied to here. What is it copying? I want to do from right there to there. Okay, so I did shift on the second one. So if I put a coordinate here, I'll do, that's the first coordinate, and then I'll do the shifting on the second one to define the area. Okay, that makes sense. So why didn't that work up there? I don't know. Let's go back out and see if we can do this. And where is that other area here? It is over here. Okay, here we go. Second attempt here. So I want to right-click on this first one. Okay, that's got the first coordinate, and then we're going to go over to the other side up here, which is where it is on this block, and we're going to try to hit this one here. Let me go on top of it. Wow. I'm going to do shift on that. And now that has the whole entire area. Oh, man, you can run fast. That's the area that we want, and so it should be ready to go. So let me go back in here and show you about the next step of this process. Now that we've copied that region, and I'll press that G key again, you can see it brings up the menu here. We're going to look at the materials list. I'm still holding G down, and it shows you exactly what you need. So if I were to get all of these materials in my inventory, then we can use this. This one's going to be the hard one. I may not be able to get all of that sand, but we'll see. I'll try everything else first, because the sand, if there's water in it, we will just figure that out, okay? So let me get some of this stuff together and make sure we have this ready to go. Now when I press G and I go to the materials list, you can see they're all green. I have everything on me, and I barely had enough room for this. If you look at what I have in my inventory here, I had to get rid of the pickaxe, but I really got close to not having enough room. So now what we need to do is we need to be able to take this, you see the room is right there, and I want to paste it over here. I might clear some space out really quick so that I can see what I'm doing. I really don't need my machine here that makes the hoppers. But I want to put this same thing over there. So let me clear up some space. Now that I know that I've got enough materials, I'll probably just take some of the sand here and clear some space out just so I can pick some things up really quick. I switched the device to paste mode, and you can kind of see it's doing some sort of like drawing of where it thinks things should be. And I've got to figure this out, where it's going to put stuff. This is going to take me a little bit of time. I'm going to have to play with some of the settings. I believe there's some of these things, like I can rotate it. I can also go over here and move it manually by doing this sort of thing. So it probably would have to go down. I have to make it Z going a certain direction, that sort of thing. So once I get to where I think it should go, like, see, that's pretty nice right there. Then once I get that done, let's go back out and let's try this again. I'm going to just see if I can do this really quick. I need to rotate it. So the blocks are all rotated. And then we got to go into here, and I want to go to open the GUI, and it looks like it's right there, but it's not rotated again because I don't see my stairs. So I probably have to rotate it 2 more times to get to the direction I want. So let's rotate twice. And there are, I can see the blocks up there, which are the hazard blocks. So now looking at that, I want this thing to go, open the GUI again. I want this to go down. I want this to go over the other way, right? And you can see it's flush with this glass. I'm going to go over once, which should be not in this row, but should be over there, and one more. And that's where I want it, okay? I'm gonna hit confirm. Now I gotta figure out the button that says to paste it. And that's the one I don't know yet. I gotta figure out what it is. Paste. Okay, tool mode. Did I just right click on this? There it goes. Look at that. I just right clicked and it should have built everything right there for us. Right past this glass. And so if I did it right, if you recall over here, let me grab some of this stuff. Look, all my inventory's gone. Oop, whoa, what was that? Okay, I can't seem to hold the button down and do this. That's interesting. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, if you're in here, you can see all my inventory has been used up for things. This is the one I had before. And if I were to vein mine this, this is just the sand. A lot of sand there. You can see that I have my steps here. And that's really cool. So that should be over here if I get rid of this glass. Now, do not, whatever you do, if you're playing this pack, do not vein mine glass, because you will probably vein mine the whole thing you got here. Let's see if I can get to the sand out here. And there's my other set of stairs. That is so cool. So basically now I've got two wings of this this base done. So all I need to do now is just fill my inventory back up with resources. I can do a third wing and the fourth wing so that we don't even have this really, or access to this. And then we have a lot more space. Let me go do that now and show you what we have. And now all four sides are done. You can see here, we just go right on down into this room here. That's number one. I gotta get rid of some space here, but obviously this is number two. And then we go over here. This is the original room, which is number 3. Now, I did do it over here, and you can see what it did. It's kind of cool in a way. It did create this room here, but it didn't replace the torch. And it's just outside the barrier, so that's still functional. And I can put some sort of ladder or something up here, make a little station. So that is still functioning as well. But now we have basically 4 rooms added on to the base. Now what I want to do, though, is to get this all, like, reconfigured. Maybe I'll add some storage drawers, just do some maintenance work right now. So let me go do that. This might take me some time, and then when we come back, I'll show you what we've done, and we'll start to move into some quests. This is going great. And I'm back, and there are a lot of changes here. I'm going to show you these right now. You know we have the 4 wings that came off the center area. The center area is empty. You can see that. Right now, I've just got my crafting table here just in case by where we make the clay. Do I have the clay in here? No, I don't. Okay, so let's show off what we've done here. On this side, right, on this room, I have my lava production. I have this now sitting over lava. So this produces at a heat rate of 50. The sea lanterns were 15, so that's a little bit better. I have here my current smeltery. That's for tinkers. Basically, you put items in here, goes into this melter, drains out, and goes into here, which is where I've done some terracotta. With this block and lever over here, it forces us to automatically drain when it has enough to drain into the basin, which is nice. And then I have our blasting furnace set up. It's pretty nice, simple, very, you put your items here you want to use or blast. You put your fuel in here and the output goes to this chest. And then over here, I put the charging station. That's what we use with the tool that made all of this. Okay, that's the first room. The second room here is where I'm basically putting storage for now, and of course the cutting board. I tried to hook these up with and make kind of sense of it with the controller. I have some trim pieces going around underneath here to give me some more of these resources here. But you can already see I'm maxed out on sand. I've got 2,048 sand, so we're already maxed out for that. It'd be nice to get the upgrades for this, but I'm not quite there yet. And then over here, I have what I am terming my junk drawers. Basically, anything that I don't have quite a spot for yet is here. Everybody has a junk drawer in their kitchen, it seems like. So that's my junk drawer. And then if we go over to this room right here, this room is where I'm trying to think of this as more like a production room of materials that are not plant-based or crops. I have in here underneath each of these barrels right here is a lava, and it's producing 3 different types of resources using the double block breaker method that I talked about. This side over here looks like it's producing sand and red sand. This side right here is putting all of the cobblestones and stones. And then this right here is producing basically the smooth stone, gravel, and that sort of thing. And then over here, I have finally finished out to a 3x3 sieves, but I have upgraded them all to flint meshes, okay? So that is that. And then the last room over here, this I intended to be more like room for, we're going to do crops and things like that in here. So I've got all of the basic tree types. I've got 2 oak, I balanced them out by putting a spruce in the middle. But here we go. We have various tree resources, so that's pretty good. And, of course, the mob farms right there. So this is looking pretty nice. Okay. What do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments. Looking at the quest, there are two things here we can do. Right now, crops is for this whole CC3 thing. And I'm not ready to do crops. And I'm definitely not ready to have animals in my base running around. I don't have a place enough for that. We'll have to expand even more for animals. So I think I'm going to skip this for now. I think I'm going to go over to Flint Sieving, because this is a way of getting resources. So I went over to Flint Sieving, and you can see we can get copper and tin and nickel. And I think these will be good for some things that we can use later on. So I'm going to start to work with getting these. Now, to get these copper pieces, it looks like if you use a sieve, you need to use... It doesn't show regular sand. It just shows red sand. I'm curious if I just put sand in here, what it says. Can we even, use it for in a sieve? And it looks like I got to get us nickel and tin. So maybe different sands will get us different things. So I'm going to go over to the storage area right now. And actually, I can go to my creation thing, because I've got a bunch of it in here. Nope, wrong side. I'm still getting used to the layout, guys. We're going to go over here. I know there's some in here. Let's grab 2 stacks of each. And I'm going to run these through the sieves and see what it gets me. Where did they go? Oh, duh. They're right here with the production. So let's just run some of this through. I'll just go like that. You can see it puts all 9 of them. And we got a bunch of resources popping up. Let me run these through, and we'll see what we have after that. After 2 stacks of sand and red sand, this is the resources. We got some nickel, some copper, cinnabar, niter, and tin ore pieces. Now, if you go over to this and you're in your inventory, and you press K, it will make the ore chunks for you. It kind of like does the compression automatically. I wonder if we can do it on these. No, but you can do it on tin. And so there we go. We have various ore chunks. Now I'm going to go over to the smeltery, which should be over along this side. Yes, it is. Okay. And I'm going to put just 1 piece of copper in here. I want to see if this actually produces 1 ingot or 2. So now you can see it is in here in the melter. It is melting down. And as soon as it gets done melting down, it'll try to put it down into here. So what's it making? Oh, see, it only made like a block. I'm going to have to put a lot of this in here to see. I don't know how many to put in there. 1. Let's make enough for a block. That way we can get the ingots and maybe we can make a cast for it. So I'm going to work on this just a little bit longer. I'm going to try to make a cast here. Now, I was looking at the cast, and there's this one, which is kind of hard to make with bronze. This one takes gold. But there are these sand casts. If you look at this, you just put it looks like some sort of ingot into the cast, or pour it in, and it makes into an ingot cast. So to get the casts here, you use just the sand in the crafting grid. Will give you the blank sand cast. Now, I'm going to put a crafting table here. And crafting table. A casting table there. And I put that sand cast in. I'm curious now. See, it didn't... I don't know. This copper thing was kind of weird. I'm going to put 1 copper here. I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't automatically dispense. I want to see what this does when it gets done, because I'm curious if it actually makes a cast out of it. That's what it kind of looks like, because if you look here, it just says, like, pour 1 in, and it makes a cast. And I don't know if that's the way it works. Let's just see. See, it's not doing that specifically. I'm wondering if then if I take a nug or an ingot on here. Okay, see that? I put that. That was one of the seared bricks, and that looks like it worked. Now, let's pour this out. Does it get rid of the sand cast? And it did consume it. But we got an ingot out of it, and there's my other seared brick. So that went through. So does that mean this is kind of awkward, but you'd have to go like this every single time to get an ingot, and then put a cast into it, which loses the brick, and then you get that back. And if you notice, I had 1 copper in there, but it didn't produce 2 ingots. So it's not quite having it, I guess, I should say. So I guess like 1.5 times per thing. So it's not quite doubling, just a little bit more than double, though. There should be that one. Here we go. And that consumed that. This is very tedious and awkward right now. I'm going to have to find a better way. But, I mean, it does work. This should be a full one. It's not a full one. Wow. It's close. So I'm not sure what the ratio is with the melter. We might have to do an upgrade on the smelting and melting here in a little bit, I think, so that we get the full benefits of a true Tinker Smeltery. Looking at the rest of the Flint Sieving, we need to go Constantan and bronze and overworld matter, which is kind of cool. But all of these require you to mix or do some alloying. And we can't do that with our current setup. So we're going to have to get into regular old tinkers. Now, fortunately, this is small. And you can see we already got kind of like done sand casts. But we have to make some things here. And I've made a lot of the bricks and things that we need. So let's look here at the Smeltery Controller. Okay, had a quick cough there. Apologies. So if we look at the Smeltery Controller here, you can see it just has 4 copper ingots worth in the smelter, and the seared heater into here will make this. Okay, so let's go get our seared heater and do all of this right now. So I have the copper in there. It should be ready to go. I'm going to put this is the seared heater in here. You can see it's right there, and it should, if I pour this out, it should then make us the first piece of this new smeltery. Let's see if this works. You can see it's changing color. And there it is. We have the Smeltery Controller. That is awesome. So I'm going to make up the other pieces here, which all that really is this right here, the seared chute and the seared drain, and then a bunch of seared bricks as we're making our own little smeltery. So let me go and do that right now. I think I've made everything else, so we're going to put in now the Smeltery Controller, and I've built this thing up, and it should, like that, looks like everything is looking good because they changed in color. And so we have a lot of space now for smelting, and we have some ways of making some things here with alloying. Let's grab some lava. There's some lava. I have a tank over here. That is the fuel source that I'm going to use. And I need to get some more cobble in there, but that should work. Now, we are trying to make, again, the first thing for this quest is, let me go back out here to the Flint Sieving, is a bronze ingot. And a bronze ingot, if you look at how it works for smelting it, is bronze is composed of 1 part tin to 3 parts copper. And I have 3 copper here and some tin. So let's go and put that in right now. I'm going to put a piece of tin in and 3 copper. And this should be cooking this down. I'm not sure why it looks like it is, but it's really slow. There it goes. You don't see any progress bar for some reason on here. But there we have 1 tin, and there we have it mixed up, and it made 4 bronze ingots worth right here. Now we have to get that into our this area down here, which is where the output is from the drain. But I'm not sure how we're going to do this quite yet. I know we have to use the table here, so we're probably going to do the sand casting again, which is a bit of a pain. I'm gonna hopefully we'll get some gold pretty soon, so we don't have to do this. But right here, we'll do this. This should give us a bronze ingot right there. Of course, it consumed the cast. I'll put something here and put an ingot in, which always gets pulled out. Pull it in. Do this a couple times. We'll get 4 bronze ingots out of this smeltery. All right, guys, looking at the time, I don't have a lot more time to work on any of the quests, so we're going to continue this in the next episode. But in the next episode, I hope to go into this, which is the overworld matter, which gets us some very interesting things like prismarine and other things like that. And also to finish up the tinkers right here, which is to make the tinker's anvil. That just takes a lot of bronze, it looks like, which we know how to make now. That's pretty easy. And then maybe we'll get into the basic automation stuff and finish out the CC4. Then probably we'll take a step back and go into the farming and foods group. So, you know, we're trying to get some things done, but then after that we start into exploring the nether and the end and things like this. So we're getting into some things that are kind of fun. Planes even. That's kind of cool. So, you know, it's going to get kind of complicated pretty quick, guys. But we're getting a good basis for what we want to have for this particular base. So, excellent. Hey, if you like this video, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comment section. And if you would like to be notified of the videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.